Hey guys, probably ain't gonna say that because this will be in the middle of some video somewhere. This thing's rougher than a corn cob, this old road you're driving down, but got my new C-Force Chuck Norris cap on right here.
So do I.
Flat bill. Erica's got hers on.
And I have my
and she got the shirt. And she got the shirt that I wanted. That shirt, I looked through Chuck's merchandise. They said they were going to send us some stuff. And I was like, you know what? There's really one shirt I want in there because it says, Chuck Norris heard you were thirsty. So he punched the earth and made it cry.
And guess who got it?
And bottled its tears. Thanks for, you didn't even let me finish the entire line before you start
I'm excited that I got
running
it.
your mouth over here.
I'm excited that I got it. You did.
So here we are. It's about 8 o'clock at night. Cleaner's been closed for 2 hours, and one of my employees handed out the wrong clothes, so we had to come back into town 20 miles to, 15, to get the customers the right clothes because they got to have them in the morning. So
To be continued.
to be continued.
Okay, so you got them their order.
So we found the problem. Got put in under the wrong name. They're very similar in spelling and in the first and last name. Not really, but there was a minor mistake made by one of the mark-in ladies. So it's no big deal, but that's just the joys of owning your own business. A small business is, you can't tell a customer, no, I'm not going to drive back to town and get your clothes for you that you got to have for
First
police.
thing in the morning when you graduate in the police academy.
So, or anything really. I mean, if it's a major deal like that, now if they're like, oh, well, I really wanted it to wear to my first day of work, well, you may be out of luck on that one. I'm not. You got something else you can wear, but that's just one of the things about being a small business owner is you really got to take care of your customers because in today's market, when you've got big national chains wanting to come in and take over everything, they don't have to make money in a certain town because they're making it someplace else and they can afford to shift some of that profit over. But here we've only got, this is our only business, and if it doesn't make it on its own and we don't take care of our customers, then it's not going to make it. So so keep that in mind, guys. No matter what your business is, I mean, you gotta, don't put your hand on that. It's 417 degrees.
It's off.
Okay, that's what they said.
I checked it.
They said, well, they got a burnt mark on their arm.
I checked it. It's off.
But take care of your customers and just treat people the way you'd want to be treated. I mean, one thing I've learned up here, which we're obviously, you can see from our deal behind us here, we're in our dry cleaners. Across through that wall over there is the laundromat where you'll see Clancy's soda machine stuff.
Yeah,
it'll probably all be in this video.
Yeah,
if not, it'll be in a separate one. But one thing I've learned is a lot of times, we get people that are ugly to us up here all the time. Oh, you lost my clothes, or you did this, or you did that. But if you just kind of bear with them for a little bit and kind of talk to them, a lot of times there's something else going on in their life that really is bugging them, and that's the problem. You can just kind of get past that. You can usually smooth everything out. We had a guy come in here one time. Dude, when you go get a tripod, because these people are going to get vertigo from this.
I know my arm's tired.
Oh my gosh! Why do we even pay for CG if you can't hold your arm up for like 4 minutes?
Hey, finish your story.
So we had a guy come in here one day and he was like livid, just like, I brought these clothes in here last week. It was this, and this, and he was mad at the girls and he wanted to go through and look at everything in the building. So the girls called me and I came up from my office in the back and I talked to the guy and I was like, are you sure you dropped them off here? Oh, I'm positive. Dropped them off 4 days ago. And I looked in the computer. He hadn't been here in 4 years, and he's telling me all this stuff. Like, I dropped off these suede pants and this suede jacket. I'm like, we don't even clean that here, sir. They would have told you that we can't do that. I said, you sure they're not in the back seat of your truck? Oh, I'm positive. I said, well, that happens sometimes. So he walks out to his truck, gets out there, opens the back door of his truck, and I just see it. It's like the look of shame. His old head just dropped down. Then he bends over in the floorboard and drags out this big wad of clothes and walks back up here. He's like, man, I'm sorry. He said it was in the floorboard in the back seat of my truck. I mean, just knew it was in here. I mean, made a imbecile of himself, yelling at my girls, and he didn't yell at me, but he was just, knew that they were here. So just stuff like that, guys. I mean, people are just people. So the moral of the story is if you own a business, take care of your customers. Sorry, I got some in my nose, guys.
Oh my gosh, do not sneeze.
take care of your customers, but don't let them run over you and push you around. I mean, be nice to them to a point. If they're just being ugly or being hateful to your employees, and just say, hey, you know, we can't fulfill the type of service or what you want done here. We appreciate your business, but we're going to ask you not to come back. Don't be ugly. Don't burn a bridge. Just be like, hey, we're not going to. We can't satisfy your level of service needs, and just ask them to go on. But if you're a customer, don't take out the stuff that's going on in your life. If somebody cuts you off when you're coming in, or if you're mad at your boyfriend or your wife or your husband or your girlfriend, whatever it is, don't take it out on the people that are working behind the counter. I mean, they're just trying to make a living like you. They've got their own problems, and just, you know, let's just treat everybody the way we want to be treated, and the world will be a whole lot better.
You know what? I got another one.
What?
Also, if you're a customer and something is wrong with your order, don't just go blast it on social media. Like,
that's a
at
great
least
point.
Call the business or come up to the business and say, hey, this happened, because things happen, things go wrong. Like, nobody is perfect, and there are gonna be times that something is wrong with your order, or something, you know, something didn't get put back in your order, or you know something. There are things that are gonna happen that are, you know, because nobody's perfect.
Stuff happens. I mean, like a good
Give us a
example
chance to fix it, though. Don't just blast somebody on Facebook.
No, here on a good day, or on a normal day, when it's cool outside and people are wearing long sleeve shirts and blue jeans and stuff like that, we're going to press somewhere around between 300 and 400 pieces of clothes a day. So that's shirts, pants, everything, suits if we're dry cleaning stuff, people that. So if you're going to run 300 or 400 pieces of clothing through this building in a day, something's going to get messed up. I mean, there's going to be a button break. There's going to be, you know, we check everything, but there might be a pin make it through in somebody's pocket that we didn't find and ruin somebody else's pants or something. And we as business owners, we know that's going to happen, and we know that, hey, we're going to have to replace something like that, or we're going to have to, you know, call a customer and say, hey, you know, this happened, we'll fix it for you. And that's no problem. The worst thing is when somebody gets home and finds something, and they're, like Erica said, and they're like, they just did a terrible job on this or something, and they
just go air it on Facebook,
they blow it out on social media, instead of just coming back the next day and saying, hey, I don't know how what happened here, but, you know, because who knows, like, we may have a shirt, you know, a shirt comes out and gets pressed, and we're checking it to make sure all the stains are gone. Well, a customer walks in, so we hang that shirt up in the back and then come up here and help a customer. We go back and you just grab it, hang it back up. You never really finish looking it over, and that just happens because you're trying to stay caught up on your work. Yep. So just have a little grace and a little mercy on everybody else around you, because that's the way you would want it to be. And think of if it was your business. Now, if you have the same problem over and over, instead of blast, don't just stop using them. You don't have to blast them on Facebook. You know, a lot of times people don't realize that some of the problems are you. You're the problem. You know,
you can't be satisfied. Then maybe you are the.
Right.
Maybe
if you've been to 5 different cleaners, or you've been to 5 different restaurants, and you never get what you want, maybe they're not the problem. You might be the problem. Maybe your standards are maybe not that they're too high, but they're just unattainable. You know, so maybe you should start doing it yourself to show everybody how good you are at it. But
moral of the story is that you don't have to take it to social media and just start blasting people.
Give business owners and people the opportunity to fix the problem first. If they're you know, there's always going to be people out there, you know, no, this is your fault, we're not going to fix it for you, blah, 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 blah. Then have at them. You know, if you can't work out some kind of a mutual agreement on what you're going to do to fix the problem, then have at it. But give everybody a chance. I mean, most of these places around, I mean, like we'll use our dry cleaning business as an example. We put a seal, a tag on every garment that's glued to it. I can tell you every time it's been here, when it was dropped off, when it was picked up, how it was paid for. And, you know, you may have a shirt that's only, you know, you think is only 2 years old. Well, if it's been here 40 times, its life has used up. It's not supposed to last longer than that, you know. So it may come apart in the wash or something. Who knows? But you know, if you're a good customer of mine, I'm gonna be like, hey, it's been here 40 times. I'll do you the first. Bring me another one. I'll knock it off. I'll do it for free for a couple times or something, you know. But you can't expect me to give $40 for a 2-year-old shirt that's been here 55 times. I mean, let's have some common sense. Just like I wouldn't go into your restaurant and say, I ate here last week and you didn't give me but 12 French fries instead of 10, or instead of 14, I want free French fries. You know, it's let's do better. Let's have fun. Let's all work for a common good of being good people to each other. And for you Christians out there, just remember this is to treat people the way you want to be treated, like God says, and you know, be an example to others who may not be believers like we are. So,
you want to show them around your?
Sure. Let's take a tour.
Take a little quick
Let me
tour.
cancel this. Yeah. Okay, so just give you a little tour of the cleaners here. So this is our drive-through window. So at our facility, you can drive by here. It's got a little dinger outside. You can throw your clothes on the shelf out there and drive off. My girl that works up here at the front, she knows everybody's clothes by what color they are and how they look. It's ridiculous the amount of clothes she knows. But so this machine is what we put our heat seals on. So this little thing will print out. It'll have your name, what kind of starch you like, what kind of garment that it is. So if it's a pair of pants, it'll say pants, heavy starch. Put that on your pants, clamp it down. It heats up the glue and glues it onto your pants. So that from that point on, that pair of pants has a barcode on it, and we can track it anywhere in the system. So this computer system right here keeps up with it. The rounders here have a little switch on here. So you can see here, like there's a barcode on here. This barcode, you scan it, and then you scan it over here to this barcode, and that keeps up with where they're at on the rounders so that we can find them for you. We've got 2 of these big rounders in here, and we've got a couple of just hanging rods here. The lights are off. Is the lights okay when you turn the lights back on?
Yeah, all right.
Hanging rods here for hanging storage.
Where's the light switch at? You should
Back
turn
here at the back.
You should hit it.
All right, let's take it back here.
You don't even have any lights on back here, Cody.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go turn.
Hold on, I'm gonna show the rest of this.
Show them that, and I'll
So
go
that
turn
was
the
all
lights
the
on.
rounders. This is the whole inside. Now we're gonna go out to the plant. This is the plant. Cody's gonna turn the lights on. Let there be light.
On fans and stuff
Guys,
that
he
we
does
don't
not
have.
even know how to turn the lights on back here.
Pedro's got some of the.
There ain't no telling what he just turned on.
Why are them lights not on? That's what I want to know. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, there we go. Now we got it. So this is the plant, guys. So the heart of any dry cleaning plant is right back here.
One day we're gonna have to give him an actual operating tour
Yeah.
that
I'll
shows
do
all
that when Pedro goes on vacation.
shows
I
all the
have to come watch
machines.
everything.
Yeah.
So this is a boiler. So all it does is boils water to produce steam, which is what heats all of your machines. And we've got an air compressor that runs opens and closes all of the machines. And then this is just a big 50-pound dryer. So you can put 50 pounds of wet clothes in there to dry clothes. So, okay, so this will be cool because we're going to do a couple of things. So these machines over here, so we have 2 sides of our dry cleaning plant. We have a laundry side, which means these are your clothes that are washed and pressed as when they come out of the washing machine. So they're still wet. And then the dry cleaning side is over here behind Erica. You know, pan around and grab it. So anything that gets dry cleaned, those clothes come out dry already after they come out of the dry cleaning machine, and these machines help press those. So the difference between dry cleaning and laundry is dry cleaning presses, the steam is constantly running through there, and it just uses a little bit of steam, kind of like an iron, to press and set the seams on your clothes. Whereas laundry presses are hotter than dry cleaning presses, and they dry the clothes and press them at the same time. So we'll give y'all an update on that later on. But so these machines here were all built probably in the late 50s, early 60s, and they're on their last leg. It's getting hard to find parts for them. They're not as efficient. One main thing is whoever plumbed this plant when they built it did a terrible job of plumbing it because none of the stuff flows like it's supposed to. So Pedro and I, when we've ordered new machines to replace all of these.
You already ordered new machines for these?
Yeah, they're going to be here in the next couple of weeks.
Oh. And these are all for pants, right?
Yes, all these press are blue jeans. So I don't even have a pair. Here, let's grab these. So say you had a pair of blue jeans that you wanted heavy starched or light starched or laundered, any of that. They're going to come out of a washing machine and they're going to be wet from the spin cycle. So they'll be in a bag like this. You take them out of here. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to put them on this. So this is a topper. So you're going to put it on here, make sure all the wrinkles are out, hit these buttons, this head comes down, closes it, it dries it and presses the front quarter of this pant, or quarter of this pant. When it's done, you're going to slide it over, then you're going to do the back, and you're going to do that again. So this pair of pants, you're going to have 4 turns in it. So it's going to take roughly 15 to 30 seconds to dry and press those right there. Then you'll take them, you fold them together by the legs like this. If they want a seam on the legs, you're going to lay it on here, throw this one over, then this is going to come down, press this leg, then you'll turn them over, do the same thing, press this leg. That's how you press. So it's 6 lays to press 1 pair of blue jeans. So one lady works this station, so she'll have 3 tops going at one time on these machines. She'll also have a set of tops for big boys like me on each one of these leggers down here, pressing them. So she's got basically 6 pairs of pants with the tops pressing at once, and then while she's doing that, she'll have a leg on this end pressing a leg. So she's going to be, one lady will work all 6 of these machines. I'm going to be replacing these 6 with 5, so it'll be 1 less machine, but I think it'll be way more efficient. Over here, this is our shirt station. So another lady that's been with me since
this is the coolest machine. We'll have to show y'all in action one day.
So this is called a collar cuffer. So you put your cuffs of your long sleeve shirt here, then this will come down and press the cuffs. Then you lay the collar in there, and then this head will come down, so it presses the collars and the cuffs all at one time. Now this one is timed and automated, so it knows how long we've got it set for the right amount of time to dry it, press it, do everything it needs to. When it's done, it automatically opens on its own for us. Those you have to manually open each one. Then you go from there, you go onto your shirt machine, where your shirt will go on here.
And your shirt's wet, right?
Yes, it's not like wringing water, but
right,
it's damp.
It's damp, yeah.
Just like it would if you were going to squirt it down with a water bottle before you ironed it. You put it on here. Of course, these sides will be in. When you hit the button, it kicks the sides out and catches. A vacuum creates a suction. That's what this hose is. Sucks the shirt down on here, front and back. You use this little mirror to see back here behind it, so you can make sure you get everything wrinkle-free. These sides will come up. I don't see if y'all can see them. These come up. You catch it here for a short sleeve shirt, here for a long sleeve shirt. Then those will fall out, stretch the arms out, and then this back head will come in. This head will slide over, squeeze the front and the back of the shirt, and press the front and the back at one time. Stretch the sleeves out and blow hot air, steam through it, and dry the sleeves. And then you have no wrinkles anywhere on your shirt. But here in Central Texas, you can't send the shirt out without having creases down the sleeve. So once that's finished, she lays them on here, squirts a little water on them, and she'll do like 3 sets of shirts right here, 3 shirts, put the crease in the sleeve on them here. So this is all laundry.
Tell us in the comments if you, if where you are, you get pressed sleeves.
Yeah, you have blown sleeves, so is it round and tube looking, or does it have a crease down it? These fishing shirts don't hold one very good.
Yeah.
But like on my Wrangler shirts, y'all see them all the time.
But the people that make these machines say they don't do that anymore, right?
Yeah,
that most people don't.
Most of them are up north, and those guys say, well, nobody does.
Yeah.
Everybody just uses. But the reason everybody's gone to blown sleeves is because it takes more time to do it this way.
Yeah.
And nobody's willing to pay the extra. You know, a lot of places that do crease them will still charge extra if you want to have that
extra crease them.
Yeah. Or extra to your shirt. So if you want a crease sleeve, it may cost you 15-20 cents a shirt more because it takes more labor to get it there. Okay, so over here to the dry cleaning side, let's go see the dry cleaning machine first. So what a lot of people don't realize, there's lots of different dry cleaning solvents, but for the most part, a A little nostalgia there.
Old picture.
So for the most part, most dry cleaning solvents are petroleum based, which means, for lack of a better term, and there's some of you dry cleaning guys are going to come after us for this, but you're basically washing your clothes in diesel. So all dry cleaning does is removes oil-based solvents or oil-based stains. So if you get some oil, maybe some lipstick, if you get gas, stuff like that, anything that's oil-based, dry cleaning will pull it out. So what dry cleaning does is you throw this in this machine, it sucks the dry cleaning solvent out of one of these bins, either the colored bin or the white bin, fills it up to the level, just like a regular washing machine, but instead of using water, it's using that petroleum-based solvent, and it washes it. It injects soap into it, does everything it needs to do, drains it, rinses it, does that 2 or 3 times, and then what a dry cleaning machine does is it heats that up like a dryer, turns that wet solvent that's in your clothes into a gas, runs it across an air conditioning coil, reduces it back down to a liquid, then it separates, the oil and the water separates back there, and then it pumps it all through this big filter bay here, and then dumps it back into the vat down there to reuse. So you just keep reusing it. This is way better. When we first bought the cleaners here, we had a dry cleaning machine that sat right here, and then over in the corner back here was a reclaimer. So it washed them, then you moved them from there into the reclaimer that took all the solvent out of the clothes.
Now this is all in one?
All one machine. It does it all at once. So
how long have we had this one?
About 4 years. About 4 years.
Yeah.
So when it comes out of here, it's dried, just like you got it out of your dryer at home. It would come over here, the clothes in a basket get hung up on hangers here, and then one lady works these 3 machines over here. So if you got like a dress or a sports coat, it's going to go on this machine, and it blows steam through it from the inside out and releases any wrinkles and everything, and then it gets hung up and sent up to the front. These machines just help you smooth out wrinkles in sleeves and stuff like that, or collars on shirts and stuff. She uses this machine to press a shirt. So there'll be about 4 presses on a shirt body. You lay it on here, press would be this side of the shirt, roll it through the back on both sides, kind of like we did the pants, and roll it over and finally do it here, then iron the sleeves. These are steam irons. They're not like your iron at home that's got a metal face on it. If you ever take your clothes to the cleaners and you feel like they burnt your clothes, depending on where you're at, but 99% of the time it's almost impossible to burn clothes in the cleaners. You could shut this machine on a shirt and it would never burn it. I could shut a pair of blue jeans in those hot head presses over there on the laundry side and leave it there for 8 hours and it would not burn. It wouldn't turn it black and burn it. It would get it super dry, but it's not going to burn it. So if you ever get a burn mark, it's because they're using an electric iron, and you shouldn't be using those in the cleaners. So that's the shirt and kind of station. Now Erica likes the shirt machine, but when I first bought the cleaners, or my cousin and I first bought the cleaners, my first actual kind of like week of owning, I worked dry cleaning pant station, and we had some old machines. I mean, it was a foot stomper where you did basically the same thing you did on the hothead over there for laundry jeans, but you stomped it down with your foot and did all the turning. So that was the first thing I learned how to do, was to press pants on the dry cleaning side. We got this last summer. All these machines over here we got last summer. This guy is neat. You put a pair of pants on it, this comes down to hold it, the sides come in and grab it, then this guy raises up, catches the pant legs like that, pulls it down, locks it into place, blows steam through it, and you're done with that. You take them over here.
I've never seen that machine be in use.
It's awesome. Then you put the legs on here, bring this down, put the crease in them, hang them on a hanger, and you're done. You can do a lot of pants with this. Just putting these machines right here in last year probably shaved an hour a day off of our production time, and it's really awesome. So, and these are Sankoshas. We love Sankosha machines. That's what I'm replacing all that over. And the shirt machine made a big difference too. We put it in new last year. We're replacing all of our laundry station over there with shirt machine with Sankosha machines also. And then here's the workhorses. These are the 2 washing machines. This is what washes all the clothes that gets washed. This baby, you can put about 18, 19 pairs of blue jeans in. You can put about 25 shirts in this one. They're big industrial strength washers. I'm going to give you guys a little tip. When you're washing dirty clothes, grass stains, any of that kind of stuff like that, Dawn dishwashing soap pulls out more stains than any chemical you can buy. It does an excellent job. Use it. This is something a lot of people.
That's what I've been waiting for. This one right here.
For this baby.
Yep.
So
everybody always asks this question. So
this is Frankenstein. Okay. So
yeah, it really is.
So this is our starch machine. It cooks starch. So we don't use spray starch. We don't use a liquid starch that you buy that's basically a glue. We use cornstarch. So it's really fine ground. So what this machine does is it cooks that starch. So we'll turn it all on. And used to this was all automated, but it quit working and you can't buy parts for it. Nobody can fix them anymore. So Pedro and I went in and we just took all the electronic guts out of it except for the power switch that turns the pump on. So we manually turn on the steam and the water. So the way it works is this pump sucks in the water from the bottom and it comes up to this valve, and it can either go to the right and go to the washing machine, or it can go to the left and go back into the tank to circulate. So while it's circulating, the steam's going in there starting to boil, or not quite boil, but cook the water. You dump your starch in, and it's just continually circulating and cooking that starch until it gets to a real clean, just a little bit opaque type. It's not clear water, but it's just got a little gray tint to it. And when it's ready to go, when the washing machine calls for the starch, and the way you know it's time to put your starch in is the final rinse cycle. If you get starch blue jeans or starch shirts from Valet Cleaners, we're injecting starch, cooked starch, into the final rinse cycle and soaking your clothes with starch. And then when we press them, that's how they get that stiff feel. So we'll turn that valve, it goes through this hose, runs over, dumps into the washing machine in the final rinse cycle, and it rinses for a few minutes in that starch, and then it's wrings it out, spins it out, and then it goes over there and gets pressed. The little brown machine in the back, this is my country ingenuity coming through. So this is a vacuum. It spins, creates a vacuum, and sucks. So all these machines that run on vacuum, our old ones had to have this vacuum to pull the steam out so that the pads on the presses didn't get wet. The new machines from Sankofa, they have built-in suction on them on their own, so you don't have to worry about that. But this one, it creates suction. The bottom tank in it rusted out, so I had an old air compressor that we weren't using anymore. So I cut the top off of it, welded this in there, and made a new tank with it. And then all it does now is create suction to the spotting board. So if you have a spot, you can swing this arm over, it opens a valve and makes this suck air through it. You can clean your spot using some different chemicals. These are just a little rubber to rub out a stain. This sprays steam and air through it, so you can heat it up with some steam, your stain, work it, then you can spray it again with a little more steam and get it out, and then you blow it with air and dry it off and get any little spot stains out. So, okay, so we took you on a tour of the front of the dry cleaning facility where all
which was right in there,
where you drop off and pick up your clothes. This is the plant where it all happens, and then we're going to make a little tour back here. Sorry about it being dark. There's a mess in here, guys. So, but this flows into my office.
Cody's office, and then
this is where I come do all the paperwork for the ranch, for the cleaners, the rental properties we have, the houses that we build. So this is where I spend a lot of my day, is in here taking care of that stuff. Cool picture Erica had made for me for Father's Day one year, a pencil drawing of Fred and Clance. These are some of the things that are pretty neat to me. This was a newspaper article done on us a few years ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it don't even have the date on it.
I don't remember. That was a very
And then
long time
Kylie
ago.
took this picture over here, and Erica had it framed and put up for me. That's me on the big tractor, Clancy on the little tractor in 2013. So that was
So this
years
picture
ago.
had to be at least 2013 also.
Yeah,
or older.
pretty close. So.
Yeah.
And then I got my A&M wall over here. So
Which he didn't even want to hang up, but I made him.
my diploma from A&M, Bachelor of Science in Animal Science.
He's a 2%er. Oh, here's Cody when he graduated.
The day I graduated.
It's got a deal on it. Take it down. It's got a
A glare.
and I can't see it.
I don't even know how that was hung up there.
So we can see.
First pair of handmade boots I ever had right there in that graduation picture.
Round-toed.
Yeah, Mercer and Sons out of San Angelo, I think, is where that was.
Who made your? Oh, Nano made your.
Nano made, my grandmother made my. Get on there now.
Oh my gosh!
You made me drag it on.
You can hang it up later.
Got it. Because I'm a pro.
All right, your
And then
grandma.
my aunt drew this. This is a picture. She hand drew this. It's got Olsen Field, Kyle Field, the water tower, you know, all the stuff there. So
All right.
I keep my tools in here. Anything we need to work on, broke junk, which happens pretty regular when you own a laundromat. And then this door, opposite of the plant that goes, the dry cleaning laundromat, the laundry.
Go that way.
The dry cleaning plant goes into the laundromat.
He's just leaving me hanging.
Yep.
There's people in here.
That's all right.
So here's the laundromat, y'all.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Wonderful. Everything working all right?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's a miracle. This late today, there's usually lots of stuff broken.
No, never.
Let's check Clarence's water.
Oh yeah, Clint's got a new Dr. Pepper machine today. A new soda machine. Oh, that looks nice. That's way fancier than his old one. His old one was old looking. So what has he got in there now?
So we
He's
got
got
ordering
Coke, Coke Zero, Dr. Pepper, water, Sprite, root beer, Sunkiss, and Mountain Dew. Awesome.
Yeah, we got to order some new
Deals, yeah.
deals there.
Cool. So we got lots of.
Our, if I was going to buy a laundromat or start from scratch, I prefer Dexter equipment. They're really hard to beat. I mean, they don't break down much. I mean, the machines on this second row right here, those things are pushing 15, 18 years old, and they get about 2 turns a day, which means they run 2 loads a day through them 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So they're good machines. They're heavy duty.
But you saw we do still have a bunch of top load and white. Yeah. Oh gosh. What not to buy?
Do not buy these. Do not buy a front load washing machine for your house because they are junk. No matter who makes them.
But you have front load right here.
Huh?
What about these?
Yeah, if you want to spend, this is about a $15,000 washing machine. So if you want to buy one of those,
Right.
get after it. But
Do
do
not
not
buy.
buy these. If you're going to buy a washing machine, right here, you just buy you an old
With an agitator.
top load washing machine, Speak Clean.
Do like. So here's the front of our laundromat
Laundry
and the cleaners.
right here on downtown
Yep.
Gatesville, Main Street, Gatesville.
Main Street,
Not
Gatesville.
downtown, really.
Main Street, USA, right here. Oh, right by McDonald's.
Oh, this is something, I don't know. Do your dry cleaners do this? We have a policy. Same day service, Monday through Friday. If it's in our building by 9 o'clock, we'll have it ready by 5, unless there's some kind of major disaster or something.
Yeah.
And there's no extra charge for that at our cleaners.
And we're the only cleaners in town that's locally, that does their, sorry, there's a big 18-wheeler driving there. But
We're the only cleaners in town that keeps everything in-house. So we have 4 full-time people in the back. I've got 2 full-time ladies that work up front. The laundromat's unattended for the most part. I mean, if we're here throughout the days, we'll help anybody that needs help. But after 6 o'clock, Monday through Friday, And on the weekends, there's nobody in the laundromat. It's basically unattended. So.
Yep. Well.
All right, y'all. Y'all keep ranching.
Yeah. Thanks for the tour, Coco.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. So that wraps up our tour of the cleaners and laundromat. Thank y'all for watching this video. Yeah. Y'all ask some questions. If you have questions, we can do more videos here. And y'all be sure and like and subscribe to our channel.
Like and subscribe. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. Okay, guys. One thing I forgot to mention as we were walking through the cleaners there in the laundromat is none of our business, none of this business would be possible without our great employees. I mean, I have, like I said, we've got 4 full-time people in the back and 2 up front. So 6 people total. 3 of them are for one family. I have a brother and 2 sisters that work for me. All, you know, they're all from the same family, and they are excellent. Pedro, my main guy, I'm the 3rd owner he's worked for. They've all worked for me for 10 years. The lady that works up front, I'm not going to call her name so she don't get mad at me, but she started out pressing blue jeans in the back and worked her way up to working in the afternoon shift, just assembling clothes and putting them on the rounders, to now she's my front manager. She does all the receiving and handles my customers. She does an excellent job. The ladies that press for me, it's hot back there in the summer. In the winter, it's really nice because it's warm when it's cold outside.
Yeah, like how hot? Like, really tell them how hot it is.
I mean, we do everything we can to keep it as cool as possible. I mean, I have swamp coolers up there and big fans and everything, but it's usually 10 or 15 degrees cooler than what it is outside at the best. I mean, so if it's 105 outside, it's probably 85 or 90 degrees in there, and it's hot. I mean, you're in a steam-filled environment, and it's just a wet, sticky. It's just hot, but they get here early and try to get done by lunch every day and get out of here before it gets really, really hot. But I mean, they are wonderful. Last winter when that big freeze hit in what was that, 21 or whenever it was, snowpocalypse hit, that was in 21, right?
I have no idea.
The water lines up at the hospital froze and busted, and they had, I think it was 800 pounds of clothes, and we washed it all and dried it and folded it in one night. Everybody came in. We were snowed out. We couldn't have customers coming in, but they met me up here and did all the washing. We just used the laundromat. We filled all the big washing machines and the dryers, and I mean, they really throw in and help when we need help, and they do a great job pressing our clothes. I give them all their dry cleaning and their laundering for free. If they want to bring it up here and throw it in the pile, we throw it in and we do it for them for free. You can't make a business run without good employees, and I'm grateful to God that we have good employees at our businesses. So, thank you, guys.